listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.
Thank you for listening to Community Forum. My name is Chandler. I'm the owner of KCCC 930 AM and the host of Community Forum. With me today, and just about every year now for this annual event, is Jeannie Watson. Jeannie Watson's the chair of the Age-Friendly Committee. Did I get that right? Age-Friendly Committee? Okay, as well as the vice president of the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce.
Correct.
Soon to be president down the line here, probably in July.
Correct.
Right, physical years. And you're also the marketing and sales director, head person at Lakeview Christian Home.
Correct, for independent living.
Independent living. Okay, so
Correct.
How many different hats is that?
Oh my gosh, I don't even count anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm counting 3 right now. But you keep busy, that's for sure.
I'm always busy, and I love every minute of it. It's great.
I can tell. And you're really passionate about Lakeview Christian Home, the independent living, Riverbend, all of that stuff. Plus, we had Jody Knox on not too long ago as well. Just one of those, an example of another world-class organization that Carlsbad has that the rest of the state doesn't.
Isn't that great? I love it.
It is. It's very, very unique. So today, it's the 4th annual Valentine's Day Dinner Dance. This is the 4th year, of course, we're doing that. I've been interviewing you since the 2nd year of it. It's a really fun event. How was last year's turnout?
Oh my goodness, it was wonderful turnout. We had almost 240 people.
Is that a record?
It's a record. It was a record year last year.
Wow, that's packed.
It was packed because you have to save a certain amount of room for the dance floor because we're coming to dance.
Right, exactly. So where's it going to be this year, and what's the dates and everything?
Same place. So it's Pecos River Valley, Pecos River, the Carousel House at the Pecos River.
Yep.
And at the Village, and it is on Saturday, February the 8th, from 6 to 10.
6 to 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How much is it going to cost us this year to get in?
$30. $30. Let me tell you the best part of this. One of the best things, if you will, is we have a wonderful caterer. Bad Bass Barbecue is coming this year, and we're just so excited. They do wonderful. I know you're probably familiar with them.
I am. I
Johnny,
feel like
they're so good.
The word of mouth about them around town has increased significantly in almost no time.
Overnight.
Yeah.
It's because everything is just so good, and so we're just thrilled to have them on board with us.
Yeah, that's good. So Bad Bass Barbecue, I've heard of them multiple times now, and I think they're building a whole new facility on 285 south of town. So once that's open, you should go visit them.
Look out. Exactly.
Yeah. So right now they're doing a food truck stuff, or they just
No, they're catering. They're coming in and doing the whole catering scene. So we're real excited.
Yeah.
They'll do the full meal, including the desserts and everything.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, catering's a tough gig. I respect any company that gets into the catering business. My wife and I have done it a little bit, and it's very, very hard.
It is, and as you know, Lakeview has done catering for years, and we did this event a couple of years ago. It was wonderful. We had a great turnout, the food we did, and I always say Lakeview does a great job catering. But we were just had heard about Bad Bass, and they have catered a couple of the other events that I've attended, and we were so impressed that we wanted to give them a shot, and we're super excited about them.
Right, I think that's great. So $30 is probably not going to cover everything that you all are offering, would be my guess, right? That's the entry fee for people to get in. So I'm getting to the fact that there's some sponsors that probably help make this possible as well.
You are so right. And I'm going to tell you, my heart is just busting. CNB Bank this year, as well as Financial Security Credit Union, are co-hosting this.
Wow, 2 banks?
Two
rivals working together.
Isn't it beautiful? And they both just did not hesitate for a second. They both wanted to step up to the plate and support the chamber and this event in particular. And so we're just very, very fortunate and blessed and feel wonderful about these 2 sponsors this year.
Yeah. So you were saying that the Age-Friendly Committee, before we started recording, as a chairperson of the Age-Friendly Committee, were you telling me that this Valentine's Day Dinner Dance was your first big event since like a reorganization? It
was. And so what happened, for those of you who may remember, and this is in honor of Janell Whitlock.
I mean, it was called the Janell Whitlock Valentine's Dinner Dance, right?
It is, and it still is. It continues. So this is the 4th annual Janell Whitlock Valentine Dinner Dance. And so, I worked with Janell from the time I came back to town. Most of you know I lived in Las Vegas for 25 years, came back home in 2014, and I immediately went on the Retirement Council, and Janell Whitlock had, of course, headed that council for many, many years, and I got a chance to work with her. And then over the years, we as a committee worked together to become the age-friendly city of Carlsbad.
Right, first one in the state.
Very first in the state, and we're really proud of that. And that we owe that certainly to Janell and the team there, and I worked on that. Of course, Kyle Marksteiner was a major contributor to that whole event. And we were just real blessed to have that. But of course, once she sort of passed the baton to me, and it was renamed, instead of Retirement Council, been renamed to Age Friendly Council. And so I stepped up and took over that chair, and we wanted to sponsor her. And so this was our first big gig as the Age Friendly Council, and we wanted to honor her every year. And so now, that's what this is about.
The Age Friendly Council is part of like a national organization as well. Are you guys? Isn't there a national Age Friendly organization?
There is it's a designation, a city designation throughout the nation, and so cities can, they have to apply. They have to go through this rigorous.
Right. And their requirements.
The requirements are outrageous. It took us 5 years,
Right. That's probably pretty quick, actually.
It probably is.
I feel like 5 years is, I know that sounds like a long time, but when it comes to the bureaucratic stuff related to that and the infrastructure that may be necessary to make that come through, probably pretty impressive, which is just another example of Carlsbad and the impressiveness that it comes with.
I'm amazed, and we're proud, and just, we use the Age Friendly on everything that we can.
Yeah, I agree. And it makes a lot of sense on the surface. Age Friendly is everyone.
It is.
We're not just a retirement community. We're not just a community for kids and young people in elementary school. We are a community for everybody of all ages and of all capabilities as well.
That's right. And that's one of the things that I'm really proud to be a part of this particular committee, because it isn't just about this. This dance is for seniors and people 40 and up, but as one of the age-friendly items that we do, events, we have, as you know, we have all different ages, like the Valentine dinner dance is one, and then we also have the Mayor's Miniature Golf that encompasses the young people, so 6 to 14. So that's an event that targets them. And then, of course, we do the green chili cheeseburger that is a family-friendly, all age, and that'll be coming up, the first weekend in June. So we do a gamut of different events throughout the year that are all targeted for different age groups.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there's a lot of fourth annuals, third annuals, second or third annual. I think it's the third annual green chili cheeseburger contest, so the fourth one's coming up, right? So that is all a testament to you and your leadership that we were creating these annual events that are having power from year to year.
Well, I appreciate that, but to be honest with you, we have a wonderful committee, and I get a lot of help. As most of you know, JW is sort of my right-hand man there, and he's almost always here. So I do want to say a big shout-out to JW. We're missing him today. A lot of people this week and this month have been, have come down with different colds and so forth. And
the cold weather doesn't help. It just doesn't help.
And so, I tried to twist his arm, but, his voice is really would be hard for him today. But we want to send best wishes to JW. Normally he'd be right here with me.
I will say briefly, if I could, I do... not like the fact that you deprived me of the opportunity to make a little fun of JW and his voice, because I wouldn't even be able to help it. I'd have to get right in on him a little bit.
He probably was aware of that and said, "I'll pass. I'm not really up to speed just yet." And I just chatted with him yesterday, and he's so right, poor guy. But he'll be back in the saddle soon and back on board. So.
Yeah, we'll have him on for sure. So JW, sorry you're not here, but I'm sure you'll be at the event. It'll be a great time. So I want to get back to the food. We know it's going to be Bad Bass Barbecue. Heard great things about them. But we're also going to have drinks as well, of course, for adult beverages. 40 and over, you don't have to card anybody.
No,
right?
No, absolutely.
Right, so we'll have beverages. Who's going to provide the drinks for us?
Lucy's is going to, again. And so we've
they got that full bar and everything.
They do a great job. We just love Lucy's, and they're here to help support us. They always have, and so we're real honored to have Lucy's on board as well.
And when it comes to dancing, who's going to be spinning the tunes?
Oh, my God, we've used DJ Ornelas, and he's been wonderful. We use
he's in every year, fourth year for him?
Well, when it's not broke, why
I'm just saying, I'm not saying you should. I was like, no, you're right. He does a good job.
I mean, to be honest with you, he does a laser light show, but it's so much fun. I said, Ornelas, what is a laser light show? I don't even know. It was over the top, and he does that. And I said, well, you've got to do this again, but you got to bring the laser light show. And he said, well, of course. So he and his wife have done this every year, and they just do a bang-up job. It's really good.
So who's going to be the MC? Is DJ Ornelas going to announce the king and queen and stuff like that, or are you going to be the MC?
I usually do. I have some help from some of our team, but yeah. So what happened last year, we started opening up to all the attendees, and they got to vote, and it was just great.
Wow.
They voted for the king and queen, and the way we voted last year was, we announced, hey, we want you to watch everyone dancing, and you pick out a couple, and if you don't know their name, ask around, find out who it is, and there will be a time that you get to vote. And so the crowd voted, which was
Is it like a secret ballot vote?
It was.
Okay.
It was handwritten. Yeah, so we had the 3 nominees and brought them up front, and then everybody voted from that point. It was just great.
That could be a pretty exciting little moment with all the tables collaborating and chatting and figuring out what's going on.
I mean, we have a dozen red roses. We have a box of chocolates. We have actually a king and queen crown that we put on their head, and it's just
Do they
really
get to keep the crown, or is it a traveling crown?
No, we
it's a
let
new
them
crown
have
every
it
year?
Every year, of course.
All right, who won king and queen last year?
I knew you were going to ask me
that.
Well,
I mean, that's a natural question.
I know it is, and it was a couple from the senior center out at Alejandro Ruiz, and I had known her years and years and years ago, and in my mind, it just escapes me. It's the senior thing, I'm sure, but they were, oh my goodness, they were such elegant dancers. It was amazing. I will tell you who won the year before that.
Okay.
Not that you weren't going to ask me.
Well, I think I might remember, but you go ahead.
I bet you would. But good dear friends of mine, Coach John Tigert and Kay. And they were the winners the year before. So it's just fun every year.
So where are we headed to next in this conversation? I had a question for you, but just like your little senior moment, I'm having a senior moment. I can't necessarily remember that question that well. So it is $30 to get in. You did mention Alejandro Ruiz Senior Center, but that's the question that led me to where can we purchase tickets? Because I know there's more than one location.
There are both senior centers. So the North Mesa has tickets. The Ruiz Senior Center out on Pate Street has tickets. The Chamber of Commerce, just call the Chamber, drop by. They've got tickets, or any of us on the committee. I carry tickets with me all the time. If you guys personally know me, give me a ring on my cell. You all know I have a 702 Vegas number.
Yeah.
Everybody has my number, so you can always call me, JW, any of us on the committee, or just call the Chamber and say, hey, reserve me some tickets and drop by and take care of them. So $30. As you all know, everything is going up sky high, and we've tried to do our best to keep this ticket price really low, and we're proud to be able to do that.
I think you have. Was it 25 last year?
It was.
Right, so I remember that. So it's only a $5. Yeah, memory's working.
It is.
$5 increase is nothing, but it's probably appropriate for the time, but less than probably what you could do or need to do. But that's where the sponsors come in. So we'll mention the sponsors again, of course.
For sure. CNB, Bank, and Financial Security Credit Union. And so, again, we're just elated, very pleased to have them on board. And again, they just jumped up and said, we'll be happy to co-sponsor. So both of them stepped up to the plate, and we're thrilled. And
I really like that it's 50s and 60s music. Not only does it probably match the audience, it's also what we play here on KCCC 930 AM. We play classic country music. I'm sure there'll be quite a bit of classic country music played at that dance, because it's pretty easier to look good doing a two-step than it is some other dances.
Yeah, we have so much fun. We get in to do the twist. I'm just going to tell you, I never grew up dancing, and I still don't. I'm not a good dancer, but none of that matters. When you get there, everybody has a good time, and you can just pretend, and nobody cares.
I like to tell my wife,
just fun.
My hips don't lie. Not when I'm dancing. Right?
Hey. And nobody really cares, but it is a lot of fun. I hear people, and I'm going to give a shout out to Becky Thompson, just because everybody knows her. She's a local celebrity. She's gone every year and bought a table and brought friends, and Becky wouldn't miss it. She just has endorsed it and loved it. And Jeannie, when are we doing that again? What's the date?
So you had 240 last year. Can you even fit more than 240 in that facility?
We're not going to. We're not going to. So
you're gonna have to cut it off.
We have to. It could be. We could be sold out, to be honest with you. But we have to save room to dance, right?
Yeah,
we can only serve so many people. But
well, it's congratulations on what is an incredibly successful event, right? It keeps growing every year. You've kind of maxed out. I don't even know if there's a facility big enough in town to support the number of people you could potentially have.
Well, we're excited about it, and we're honored to be able to do it every year. And again, it is honoring Janell Whitlock and all she's done for Carlsbad. And this is just a way for us to come together as a community and with seniors, that we all remember her well with fondness, and this is a way to honor her, and so we're real happy to be able to do that.
I never had the luxury of meeting Janell Whitlock when I moved here. I think she was, if she had not passed, she was pretty close already, so she wasn't really out and about that much anymore. But it's like everything in the town's named after her. Her name's brought up like every time we talk about anything at all. Her impact was incredibly outsized, and maybe I'm saying that wrong. I think that her impact was who she was. It was very, very profound in our community.
Absolutely.
Significant.
Absolutely. It truly was.
Yeah, just a model for anybody in the community to help and to live by. If you live here, you need to love where you live, right?
That's true.
And if you don't love where you live, then go somewhere where you do love where you live. So get involved and have a good time. And one of the things you could do is get involved at this Valentine's Day dance dinner, the Janell Whitlock 4th Annual Valentine's Day Dance Dinner. 6 to 8 p.m. at the Carousel House. $30 is the tickets per person. You can get them at the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. You can call Jeannie directly if you'd like. You can get it at the Alejandro Ruiz Senior Center. And what's the other one?
North Mesa Senior Center.
North Mesa Senior Center. Okay. Bad Bass, Lucy's for the drinks. DJ Arnellis for the dancing. A secret ballot for the King and Queen. So, real quick question: how do you get nominated for King and Queen?
Oh my goodness, you just have to dance well.
That's it. So anybody there is then you are automatically nominated to be King and Queen. That's a resume builder, even if you don't win.
You know, the attendees there are going to nominate. They're going to be looking and watching out for who's dancing, how they're dancing, and make those recommendations. And it is so fun because the audience participates.
So it's kind of like a dancing competition.
It kind of is.
A little bit, right? So
it is.
Do you dance at this competition?
I do, but I suck, to be honest with you. I really do. But I don't care anymore, you know. It doesn't matter. I really, truly go out and have a great time. And that's what it's about to me. I love seeing all of our friends and, you know, and to me, it's just about having a great time.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jeannie Watson, Chair of the Age Friendly Committee, Marketing and Sales Director for Lakeview Christian Home, Vice President of the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. Do not miss the 4th Annual Valentine's Day Dinner Dance. Thank you so much for coming on.
It is always a pleasure, Johnny. Thank you.
You're listening to Community Forum on KCCC 930 AM, sponsored by Eddy County, honoring God, country, and family, thriving with industry since 1889.